Hey YouTube, it's your girl Javina Love back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How's my busy bees doing? Wonderful, I hope. I'm hanging in here, and I figured, let's go bold, but let's go quiet. Let's go wild, but let's be sweet and sexy all at the same time. Let's revisit how to make pigments, loose pigments, look great, especially in someone over the age of 40. We think that loose pigments are all for the little ones, or for the teeny boppers or whatever, because we're shaky hands or we don't have nice grip or whatever. But we get them sometimes in our subscription boxes that we don't feel like handing them off, because they're just so cute. So I have a couple from Hank&Henry, and I figured I'd give Hank&Henry a big try. So I have his neon orange that's called Atomic Bomb, and I have a neon pink that's called No Vacancy. And what I did is I pulled them out and put them in a little jar for easy use, but I didn't pull them out for easy use for us to see on camera right now. So here goes the unedited bloopers. Why didn't I pull everything out? We always think that, right? Why didn't I have myself ready to go? Alright, here we go. So I've got these little jars from the Dollar Tree, and they're glass, so you gotta be careful, and I put a little of each in there for use. I should have put the blush, this highlighter in some, but I didn't. I didn't think of it, but it's a beautiful rosy copper color, and it's quite chunky. So I figured some glitter glue would work for her, and we'll work that out. And I don't know if these didn't stick to me the first time due to the foundation I had on or not, but I'm going to try this again, because I think that a nice sharp edge would be great. And also if I can, clean up right along my lash line a little bit with a white without taking too much of my makeup off, it would help my lashes stick much better, because it's hard to get their lashes to stick when you have too much eye stuff on there, Oh, forget this tape. We're going old school. Clear masking. Just stick it on the back of your hand. Get some of that stickiness off so that it's not going to make your skin sensitive. I want a nice sharp edge. Also, if you think these colors are too overwhelming, we can also calm it down by keeping it in his line with his Poison palette or the Teddy palette. And I figured I'll probably dedicate for each one. I think that would be best, because there's so many beautiful shades to play with already that I find that it would be best if I did a dedicated video to both. But that neon yellow can be very useful, and the white in this look today, that I'm thinking with you in mind. Back to forgetting what I was supposed to be doing. Let's pull this out, pull my brushes out. How's everybody doing? I hope you are all good, safe, keeping it real with yourself. Give yourself a reality check every once in a while when you pass a mirror. I'm going to use this white base to really give it a chance, and that way we can really see the vibrancy of color. And the best The reason I put it on the back of my hand so I can warm it up, because it is quite stiff. Not dry, but just really stiff. But you use what you like. If you have these products, or if you have pigment at all, you don't need a glitter glue for pigment. You don't need any kind of, you just need an eyeshadow base or primer. If you even want to be adventurous, you can use a little your lotions or cream. Mix it in with your pigments, make it kind of like a thicker paste, and you know, then it becomes cream shadow for you to have a much easier handle on it, so you don't feel like you're making a mess too much on your skin. But I have no foundation on, and I'm going to just use a wipey to clean up any fallout if I make a mess. There we go. Back on the hand. That way I can put it. Wouldn't be a show if I didn't drop something, right? I'm just gonna leave it. I just make sure my cat don't come over here and grab it to play with it. Which he's coming. He heard it. Please don't mess with it, 7. Yeah, he'll scoot it across the floor like a hockey puck. You know, cats love everything. Their favorite thing, though, his favorite thing to carry around the house, honestly, is pipe cleaners. I like getting them from the Dollar Tree and making them into like little stick figure type, bending the inside to make a little person or a little mouth shape, and then they'll pick it up with their mouth and they'll walk around the house with it, and they look all funny. And they're just like, jump, jump, jump to get it. They're crazy like that. They are the craziest cats. Okay. So I'm going to use a nice stiff brush. And I want to go into the white. And just kind of pat that up here. So I really want to keep one part of this very, very vivid, but not really settle it out. Just in case. Woo! This is kind of a homage to early 90s, late 80s punk, I guess. And the fact that pigments are back, they're in. So I never went out of style, thank you. And that also neon, deco, tie-dye, splashes stuff and all that stuff is back. It's back. So that's nice. We're gonna revisit these again. I ordered some Fluid FX and the brush. Apparently this Fluid FX product is able to be used with any pigment or glitter, and makes an adhesive to make, you know, liners for you to draw, and you know, all that good stuff to, oops, to transform your loose pigments. So I want to definitely do a demo of that. I feel I did this backwards just that quick, you know. It is at that moment she realized she fucked up. But I was like, might as well just keep going with it. So I'm dabbing this yellow called Stitch 9 on the outer 1/3 of my eye. Alright, wipe that off. And then I'm going to take the orange and build it into it. I just like dab into the lid so that there's not too much fallout. So you're pressing it into the brush and not swiping it. You're not dipping into the jar either. So we're just building that up, and we're bringing it very close to the yellow, that way we can blend them. And no worries, when in doubt, thick liner and lashes out. I figure the way I've been feeling, if I make a mistake and I feel that it's not gonna be 100 for me, I put a nice, thick line on my upper line and grunge it out, kind of my small version of an Amy Winehouse liner, because that woman wore a liner. But after a while, I made it my own. So it looks a little patchy right here, and that's because I just ran out of pigment on my brush. This is a Medusa makeup brush, and because she sells a lot of pigment, she has two brushes. This one and a like a drawing brush. So it's like a thin liner brush for drawing. They pick up pigment really, really well. Really well. So if you're into making sure that it doesn't, you don't lose it, in which you don't see any fallout, and I didn't tap it off. These stiffer brushes, because it's dense, but it's not too dense to not blend, but it's dense enough to where it will pick up pigment. If you dip into the jar, you'll pick it up, and if you tap it into like a flat surface, a plate, saucer, the lid, it will stay on the brush. So you don't have to run out and buy this, because Wet n Wild makes brushes just like this that you can catch at your local Dollar Tree, and I love those too. So as you've seen, I have not really blend in any of the color yet. I am just stempling it on, getting it into place. Make sure it's nice and saturated. The cool thing about these glitters is if the clubs were open, they are blue light activated, so they would change colors and be neon. So that's where the scene kid comes in, I would say, for the 90s, which isn't too bad for scene kids, but we're just the average consumer trying to make a mystery bag work, instead of having a bunch of giveaways, which I'm not saying giveaways are bad things. That's giving back to our community. Some products, which it does hold on to it, some products we do need to use for, like I'm doing now, to give you a tutorial. Now I'm using my color switch to get the rest of that orange off, which a lot of it did come off. And then I'm going to dip into the pink. And then I'm going to use the yellow to blend them all seamlessly. Kinda, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to dip into the jar. Take a little, get a nice amount of product that I can use on the lid. That way I'll have someone I can come back so I can build, instead of, punching it in the face. And that works good right there. Just build that up nice. make it as even as possible, because that's impossible to make them completely even for me sometimes. Alright. Woo! Oh, Medusa, your brush is falling apart, baby. There's not enough glue on it to keep it together. She just fell apart. It's like there's no glue at all, like it's been just, and that was it. So I will have to put some glue on that. So let's use something from Morphe, and we'll take some of that. I'm thinking of going into the green and darkening up the outer yellow, because it just seems easier. It just seems cuter that way to me. And then I can use the yellow to blend it out, so I can still have a surface on my eyes without being the ringmaster. This reminds me of Carnival vibes. I want to say I was inspired by something, but nope, not really. I've just been watching soap tutorials again. My eldest son is so interested in my soap, me watching soap tutorials. He thinks I'm gonna make soap, but my middle son is like, Mom, you already know too many crafts. Stick with one. Don't worry about another, kind of thing. I'm like, I'm not trying to make no soap. That would just be too much. It is a skill that I am not prepared to accept at this moment. It's like the Hunger Games. I would rather skip it this year. So that worked out nice. That yellow blended into the orange and the green. Really nice. Then I'm just gonna get back into it and blend out the yellow, the orange, and the pink, so that the line is not there on the bottom. The straight line is kind of seamless. You can tell it's blended. Kind of move over that orange that's a little bright. Yeah. This is turning up roses. Now watch me dye my skin real bad. No, I'm playing. This should work out just fine with this white base. I actually have not had any dye issues using this base. Only using my concealers too thin. So it's like the thicker the base. And if you want to set it, it will not stain your lid as bad with pigments. If you're one of my fair-skinned sisters that are worried about your skin dying and looking like somebody punched you or pink eye, just remember that, the more layers of protection, like foundation, concealer, primers, paint pots that you have on with and then setting it with the powder, will prevent the dye from staining the skin, because it's sitting on top of all those different products. And that just works out as a little ideal for me. Okay, now let me close this up. What shall we do to showcase the top? I definitely feel like I need a neutral color to blend at the top. So I have this from Ruby May, this light rose color, and it's a matte. I could ever use that to diffuse the white above my brow. And if not, I'll put a brown there. But we need to blend this out. I like that seamless line that it makes across here too. So I may end up just wiping that off. I feel like earth tone would be better. Skin tone would be way better than this rosy pink. Just a personal opinion. So maybe, do I have another? I'll just use my contour powder and use the lightest one as my, yeah, to kind of diffuse the color a little bit. Yeah, I wish you could see in true to color, true to light, how that blended away seamlessly. It just seems like it's still a little bright on camera, because once again I'm on my tablet and because my phone is acting ugly. I don't know what happened, I don't know what went wrong, but I gotta get it into a T-Mobile because they play crazy on the weekend. So I'm like, I'll just call back on Monday. Alright, so I just wanted to really diffuse that white. Not take it away, but just up here because it just seemed too bright for me. I wanted the white in the front. Now, I want to say it's a cut crease, but it's not. We're just going to put some glitter on the top. And I didn't plan on the color yet, so maybe a nice blue silver. And I'll use a lid. I was thinking of putting more of this on the lid, the white base, instead of using a glitter glue, just so it'll show up opaque, you know. Kind of make it look like clouds. Huh? It's not the most perfect rainbow, but it is pretty. Okay, and with that, I'm going to take a very stiff, not very, but it's stiff enough. I'm going to place it right on there before it starts to dry. Keep your eye closed until you're completely done so you don't get any glitter in your eye. You want to be really safe. This is biodegradable cosmetic grade glitter, but you don't want it biodegrading in your eye, you know what I mean? So with this, I've learned to take a little tape, and I'm keeping my eye closed for my safety. But take a little tape, wrap it around my finger, and get all this excess before I use any type of makeup wipe or anything like that, to make sure that it, you know, does not fall off into my eye. I can't remember the young lady's name. I don't even think I should mention it, really, because it's the way I stumbled upon her videos. It's very tragic. She's, as us as mothers, it's a concern for us. She is one of Dolly Vanity's victims. Thank God he didn't put his hands on her, but she was a groomed victim. And that just is not right in the same sense. And she does really, really pretty cut creases. Like, she did a 6-line cut crease on her eyes, and I was just amazed on how quickly she did it. And it's because she's done it so much, and she's very proud of it, and she deserves to be. Really does. She's a really beautiful little young lady. No more than 21, 22. And she has a YouTube channel. But yeah, the disturbing way I found her was not the way I wanted to find any makeup artist to support, you know, or any artist to support. But yeah, I have my own personal problem with the whole scenario, because true enough, she's a groom victim, but she blames herself still, and until she can we got to get her some help. And she's with a few people. She's interviewed with Prince Hansen. She's interviewed with Pastel Bell, Rapzilla. They're all doing stories to help her and help all the victims of Dolly Vanity, you know, to get him off the streets. So that is her triumphant story. There we go. I've tried cut creases, but I don't know if this is qualified as a cut crease. I know that it's something, you know. It is something, definitely something. And I like the way the green got a little darker in the ends, so it smoked itself out with the yellow. Alright. Because we're at 27 minutes already, I'm going to pause and put the rest of my face on, and I'll come back with my finished thoughts. And here's the final look. Club keyed it up a little bit, right? I put purple from the Poison palette, this purple here, under the eye, with a little bit more yellow in the center. I used this beautiful blue as eyeliner on the top. I used the Wanderlust highlighter as a blush topper because it's very, very glittery. And I used the Mayhem Miller lip with a little Becca and a little of this Hikari lip gloss to come up with this kind of mixed pink purple look, because the Mayhem Miller is quite pink. I could rock it, but I wanted to tone it down because the eyes were so bright. So what do you think? I didn't want to put lashes on and take away from the blue from on top of the clouds. But anyways, I thought that'd be great. Keep it a little club kid, put a little stars and freckles. If you like what you've seen, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. We'll see you in the next video. Stay my heroes. I love you, my busy bees. And we'll come up with the next look from the Hank&Henry collection soon. Bye.